Alright, you know what? I'm going to build an audio amplifier here in Canada with very little knowledge, a little resource, very little space, and of course, a tight budget. Will I succeed? Let's find out. By the way, this is chapter 3 of the series, Making an Amplifier in Canada. We have already uploaded the chapter 1 and chapter 2, where I talked about the plan and built a DIY VU meter. If you haven't watched those videos yet, I highly recommend checking them out. Links are in description and the I button above. And in this episode, we do something very important. We shape the sound. Yes, we have bought the second major building block for this amplifier, the 3-way tone control board. This board is not just about bass and treble. It comes with a built-in Bluetooth module and onboard DAC, and it will act as a preamp and control center for this entire amplifier. So let's unbox it, understand how it works, and see how this small board is going to define the character of the sound. This is Chapter 3, Shaping the Sound. Just like the VU meter, this package also arrived earlier than I expected from AliExpress. So far, the delivery was surprisingly smooth. Now, with this purchase, I have officially raised the price bar of this project. This board cost me around 48.18 Canadian dollars. That's roughly 3000 Indian rupees. Oops, that sounds quite costly, right? But wait, soldiers, don't judge yet. Watch this entire video and understand what this board actually offers, and understand the specifications and features, and then tell me in the comments whether it was a steal deal or not. Inside the box, we first get the board itself. More about that in a moment. Next, there is a small packet containing the 10mm silver metallic control knobs. Honestly, this was a nice bonus because I was already planning to buy knobs separately. So yeah, saved some bucks there. Then we have the metallic spacers and the screws to mount the board inside the cabin. No wires and no connectors, so I was kind of expecting them, but that's fine. Alright, why this board? This board is kind of all-in-one package. Let me explain. After using a DAC earlier, I completely fell in love with the DACs. The audio quality is noticeably better compared to the conventional preamplifiers. So for this amplifier, a DAC was a must. After a long search, I finally found this board. I'm not saying that this is a top-notch audiophile grade product, but for a small starter project like mine, this felt like a right choice. It comes with a built-in Qualcomm Bluetooth 5.4 chipset, an onboard DAC, a 3-way tone control section, and more features packed into a single board. Now let's move on to the physical overview and specification. Let's start with the build quality itself. For this price range, I would say the overall quality is acceptable. They have used a double-sided green epoxy PCB. The arrangement of components and the quality looks good. The main thing is how they sound. So I will do an audio test by the end, so don't skip, do watch till the end. For the Bluetooth and DAC section, they have used an assembly type components, and otherwise everything is regular components. Starting from the left side, we have a power on off switch. This includes a toggle type switch which gives a vintage look to our amplifier when we use it. Next to it, there is a red LED for power on off indication, and going to the right side, we have the dual power supply input. I'm not sure with the input voltage, but probably it will be 12 to 18 voltage for safe. The board mentions a dual supply, but it's actually designed to work on a single AC input, as I couldn't find any 7912 negative regulator IC. I'm using a 15-0 single supply AC from my transformer, and the onboard regulator IC like the 7812 and 7805 take care of the rest. I have been testing this for a while now, and it's stable and sounds good, so I'm going to continue using this way for this project. Now, moving to the right side, we have the Bluetooth and DAC section. The board uses the Qualcomm's QCC3084 Bluetooth 5.4 chipset, which is a genuine Qualcomm audio chip. So in terms of Bluetooth stability and connection quality, there is already a big step above the regular low-cost Bluetooth modules, even though it's not a top-notch studio-grade chip. And one interesting thing I noticed is that when I connected this board to my Android phone, I actually got a notification saying Qualcomm aptX audio. That confirms that aptX is enabled and working on this board. Then we have the DAC chip. The ES9023P is a stereo digital to analog converter from the ESS technology. It's a 24-bit converter with a built-in output driver stage, so it can feed a line level signal directly to your preamp or tone controls. As I said, it's a clean 24-bit audio conversion with up to 192 kHz sampling with minimal fuzz. That's plenty for most music. The ES9023P itself is only a digital to analog converter chip. It does not directly decode file formats like MP3, FLAC or AAC, etc. It simply just converts the digital PCM audio data it receives. Next, we have the auxiliary input. There is no selector switch, but we have a relay. The relay acts like a gate. When there is a signal from the Bluetooth preamp, it allows the audio to pass, but otherwise, it's always connected to the auxiliary input. Now moving on to the right side, we have two transistors, the BD140 and its complementary pair. These transistors act as the buffer stage. They don't amplify power like a main amplifier, but they strengthen the signal so it stays clean and stable before going to the power amplifier. It also avoids any impedance mismatch. In between this BD140 and the DAC, there we have the three-way tone control section. Interestingly, the treble control have an on or off switch, which when turned off, it bypasses the tone control and we get the flat audio response. I personally like the flat audio response. The three-way tuning looks fine to me. It uses the LME 49720 NA op-amp. I had an option to choose either this op-amp or the NA5532, but I went for the LME series. Even though the NA5532 is widely available and popular compared to the LME 49720 NA, it has more distortion and chances of noise, below frequency response, and transient quality. That's all about the specs. So in overall, it's not a top-notch audiophile grade stuff, but for a beginner project like this, it's enough. Let's hear some audio samples. Please use a headphone. High frequency. So that's all about the three-way tone control section we bought for our project. This is chapter 3, and if you wish to continue watching this series, the chapter 4, 5, and etc., please do subscribe and share with your friends and drop your comments about this board and our project. That's all about this video. See you in our next video.